Hello, Brother Monroe here. Welcome back to Ultimate Naval Dreadnoughts and to the US campaign, where we're starting off by seal clubbing this group of small ships. If today's episode is a little bit shorter or I sound a bit rough, I do apologise. I am full of the cold. Which, you know, it's a cold, it's not a big deal. Usually, for regular folks, no. But as a long COVID sufferer, it basically feels like people have been whacking me with cricket bats all night. And I've woken up with an awful... I know it's just a cold, but it feels like a bad case of flu. So, no, I feel like I have a mild case of flu all the time. So, it's... it's fine. Anyway, yeah, I might also rabbit on and ramble a bit, I'm realising. Hey, like and subscribe for this professional tier content. Oh dear. Right. Well, eventually they'll load up. I don't think there's any news in terms of development for DIP. I'm still trying to figure out... engines, because on destroyers, yeah, it's just really bugging me, because a destroyer, you know, I can get them to have a sensible weight on the engine. I can, as in, to build. So it's like, oh yeah, that seems fair. That weight. I can actually build a realistic feeling ship. But it has 300% engine efficiency. Or I can have the correct engine efficiency and a realistic figure for the engine horsepower, like, I don't know, 50,000 horsepower for a 36-knot, 2,000-ton destroyer, something like that. Pretty historical number. But the engines weigh like 1,000,000 tons, and you can't build the ship. And I've kind of got all the other classes sort of working, but destroyers, not so much. So I'm settling for engine efficiency being all over the place. And I'm still trying to work out some sort of kludgy fix to get that working. Some secondary firing as well. Oh, look at that with the quad secondaries. Now, why don't you lot head that way? Anyway, go back to the ×5. Yeah, overall, I think I said this in a previous episode as well, I have found 1.6 to be a bit of a disappointment, to be honest. Basically, all it is, from my point of view, is a lot of messing with the hard-coded stuff in the game that has completely upended the balance for no particular reason. And I know a lot of vanilla players are basically saying the same thing. So it's not just a mod author thing. Yeah, I think it's... I'm not quite sure what the situation is at Game Labs that has led to this kind of weird situation where, I don't know, it feels like they're listening to the opposite of what I'm listening to in terms of player feedback. Because, you know, people will tell me, oh god, high explosive spam is terrible. Armor is worthless. Ships too expensive. Like, you know, this kind of thing. Oh, some torpedoes. But, and then they go, oh, we're going to make gonna make fires better. It's like, what? Who asked you to do that? And then making the crew surrender threshold like 80%, and yeah, just generally weird stuff. Come on, Michigan, get a wiggle on. There we go. Rushing in aggressively. Or California. Yeah, takes a couple torps. It's fine though. Anti-torpedo belt doing wonders. Ooh, Michigan. Silly sausage. Not dealt with those destroyers yet. Starting to. So yeah, it just feels a bit weird the way the development of the game is going. Never been more glad that decided to make my own mod. If you are still playing vanilla Dreadnoughts, let me know in the comments what your thoughts on 1.6 are, because obviously I have people on my Discord who I hear from, and I do keep an eye on the forums, Game Labs forums, but obviously that's a certain subset. It just feels weird how the development has gone. Same, to be honest, with the multiplayer DLC, which I haven't really said much about since I did that very first video with Stealth, because I don't think I've got anything to add. It's just conceptually, sadly, a bit of a miss for me. I think it would have done an awful lot better as a standalone game for the same price, like $15. Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts Arena, which is a ranked PvP, design your own ship, or design your own fleet, technically, I suppose. 1v1 battler, which is kind of cool niche. Yeah, I can see it, but that's a very different audience to people who bought and like Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts, because Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts is a Total War style game. You've got a strategic campaign layer, which provides context for your tactical battle layer, which is what I'm in just now, and it has a cool, unique element of a ship design part of the gameplay loop. And I think for those people who like Dreadnoughts, who own Dreadnoughts, when you say, hey, we're going to add multiplayer, or would you like us to add multiplayer, the two types of multiplayer I would be interested in would be custom battles that I can play against other people, which is not what the multiplayer DLC is. It's ranked. And yes, I can get my friend to join in and do stuff, but I want to play modded. And I want to just direct connect. And I want to do our own thing. Like, that's what would be cool to me. Or I want a multiplayer campaign. And I don't mind if that's a cut down campaign, which is like 1v1. I don't mind, and you have a selection of nations to pick. Say you can do a Britain versus Germany campaign, or you can do Italy versus France, or something like that. Or you have the current map, but it's team locked, so it's like, hey, you can do a 2v2 or a 3v3, but you're locked into teams. But yeah, just very odd. Anyway, cruisers dispatched. Let's head back to the map. Oh, I see. Okay, Italy's being a little bit serious here. They're sending in a couple more capital ships, although these are not their super dangerous ones. They're still like 2 billion each, which is not nothing. But yeah, again, let me know your thoughts down in the comments. I'm always interested to hear kind of dissenting opinions, or maybe you love the multiplayer DLC. There must be some people who love it. I mean, it's not exactly got great reviews on Steam, but I think it's a real shame. I think because if it had been released as its own thing, I don't think it would get nearly as much, well, hate is probably a strong word, but I don't think it would have gotten nearly as much, like, negative reaction. Because it's just not... it's not even... It doesn't even feel like a DLC, because it's a totally separate EXE that you have to launch separately from the main game through Steam. Oh, I might have mixed together completely the wrong ships here. Got a mixture of standards and moderns. Right, let's see if we can sort that out. This one looks fine, but this division... Let's pull Kansas... Is it just Kansas? Yeah, it's just Kansas. Kansas has somehow got herself mixed in to this fleet. The auto-merging of task forces. Not always controllable. Right, there's the battle cruiser. Let's take out their big guns. I can get a shot of yeah, the big boy coming up on the old timer. Coming out of the smoke. Here's a very pretty game. Now, battleship totally destroyed. Oh, that was actually a weird design. Look, with a AQXY. Interesting. Oh, took a bunch of torpedo hits completely unnecessarily. Wondering why I insist on having high-end anti-torp on my battleships, because a few people are like, hey, you shouldn't be taking torpedoes on your battleships. No, I shouldn't, but I do, so I tend to make sure I always put anti-torp 5 on them. Right, back to the map. Alright, now that we have access to our fleets, what I'm going to do is we're going to try and hit Ancona. This is Italy's weak spot. If you're ever doing the campaign, quite a few of the nations have weak spots. So for Germany, it is Eastern Germany, which only has Kiel. For the UK has a few. You can hit Eastern England, Wales, and Northwest England, all of which are single port provinces. France has Northern France, which only has Le Havre. Weirdly, the only one that doesn't in Europe, I think, is Austria-Hungary, because all of their ports are in Croatia. Well, they're starting ports anyway, because they don't start with Montenegro. But yeah, it's basically just very difficult to push on Croatia unless you have enormous firepower. Right, so I'm going to pop the standards right next to Ancona. We'll see if we can pick out the Kansas. She was in this fleet, wasn't she? Yeah. So we'll move the Kansas over there as well. And any ships that have finished their repairs. So Long Beach, Mississippi, and Montana. Cool. And then all the rest of the ships, apart from Algeria, which I'm going to have to... which really shouldn't be with them. There we go. Just move all of them except the Algeria. I'm going to pop her straight into Why is that word hard for me to say? Jesus, my eyes are going wibbly. Catanina, or Messina, one of the two. Pop her in there. And then we'll move the rest of these ships over as well. These are all fast ships, right? Yes, they are. Move all of those as well. That should allow us to concentrate force here. I really want to get a port strike if I can. I don't know how much power projection the Italians have up here in the Adriatic. It says 1.2. So got a heavy cruiser, a light cruiser. Yes, there's not that much in here. So I should get a port strike, I hope. Right, there's a few other battles and convoys. I'm not going to show off a whole bunch of these. This one could be interesting because it's a heavy cruiser duel. But stuff like this, I'm not going to show unless I think it's a particularly interesting fight. I'm not really interested in showing it because you've seen a lot, and the Italians now, after those two big battles, they're really starting to suffer. We're actually starting to see their fleet numbers dwindle properly. And their economy is starting to really take a lot of hits now that we're taking provinces off them. So they're down to 14 battleships, 5 battlecruisers, 34 heavies, 67 lights, 107 destroyers, which is not nothing. Not nothing at all, but yeah, I'm going to keep improving relations with France. For now, we'll attack them some other time. But our economy is slightly negative, though. So we are wanting to end this war at some point in the not-too-distant future. At least my balance is positive now. Yes. Okay. Right. Let's do that. Let's do that cruiser duel with the Pinal County. It's an R class. Particularly because it's a bridge port. And the bridge ports have not exactly fared super well. It is a refitted bridge port, right? Yeah, it is. And it's a name ship, which is very good. Speaking of which, I should probably check when I end the turn for extra name ships. If you would like to add a name ship, you absolutely can. There's plenty of them. Our US campaign still got a good 10 years plus to run, so you've got a good chance of seeing your ship, especially because I'll just, at the moment, name anything in the med. yeah, you can sign up as a YouTube channel member on one of the enhanced tiers, which also gives you early access to videos, or you can sign up as a Patreon at any tier. Tier you sign up at determines what ship you get, and then you can either send me a direct message, or there's threads to... There's community posts for YouTube members, and there's community posts for Patreons, and don't worry, you can get a ship in the next campaign as well. It's not a one-time deal. Would be almost cooler if Ultimate Admiral had a had an officer system, because then you could actually like captain a ship, which I think would be a really cool option. Are those torpedoes going to hit? That would be insane. Bloody hell, they did! Pinal County with possibly the best torpedo strike I've seen in this campaign. That was insane. From quite a way out. Just, yeah, just landing a whole bunch of torps. 3 of them. That's insane. Heavily damaged that ship. Might even be able to get the port torpedoes off as well. No need. Guns do the work. Good job by the Pinal County there. Right, back to the map. And I'm going to go end the turn as well. Well, I didn't get a port strike, but I've ordered an invasion anyway. Mainly to see if I can draw out more big lumps of Italian ships. And they have sent, well, a pretty out-of-date ship up against the Liberator's fleet here. I'm trying to get ships back to the front as best I can, because obviously we're going to need everything we can for this invasion. It's a 300,000 ton invasion. That's very hard to pull off. There was a failed peace negotiation in the one turn I wasn't naval invading Italy. Unsurprising. I think it's about... I'm pretty sure I'm right in saying that it changes. That it's like a 10% chance of peace happening even when you don't want it to. I tried setting it to 0 and it completely broke the game. And basically you could never press fight to the end. You always had to agree every peace deal, because this game really doesn't like zeros. Try and remember to put it straight on the old torpedo void. Let's snipe out the battleship. Ooh, especially as I got a hit in on the turner there. Gone. That is extremely fast vengeance. Oh my goodness. I should probably start zigzagging. Because, yeah, although we've sunk a lot of Italian ships, they have a lot more. Almost endless supply. I'm enjoying these quad 6 secondaries. The extra range on them is surprisingly useful compared to the typical 5-inch secondaries that most of our ships have. Zag. Bloody hell. Congress causing an ammo detonation that just wiped the ship out. Lovely. Yeah, when they've still got over 100 destroyers, it's gonna... I'd much rather take them out, you know, fistfuls at a time rather than doing small battles. And have shown a lot of the small-scale stuff. Poor little destroyers. Just check in on the land invasions at some point as well. How much do you feel if you're in one of these ships here, right? You come in, you know it's not good odds because you only have your flagship as a heavy unit, and that supposedly heavy unit gets obliterated in moments. You're just at the mercy of long-range heavy artillery. Are any of our ships not veterans at this point in this fleet? No. Again, a big advantage the US fleet has is that a lot of our ships are veterans, whereas the Italians, not so much. They do have regular crews, which is not bad by any means. But, yeah, veteran crews make a big difference. Oh, dearie me. Oh. Alright, nothing else is visible. We'll just end there. So lost one battleship, one heavy. Some of the light cruisers escaped, but nearly 20 destroyers in one go. Jonathan T. Gale, nice job. Oh, Italian's not done. Interesting. We've got 3 battleships, 3 battle cruisers. They don't have too many of these left. None of them are the nasty T-class, though. Have we sunk their good ships? It's hard to tell. It is hard to tell. Plus, yeah, the assorted light ships that we've come to expect. This is against the standards, though. Some of which are still getting repairs. Right. Let's do this. We're going to get immediate firing. Yes, we are. Right. Okay. Let's just put you two together. And you two together. And you two together. Should be fine. All right. Kinda love it. Look at that. I mean, it's going to be absolute chaos as all the ships go everywhere, but... Hang on. New York. You shouldn't be in this fleet. There's another one as well. Yeah, North Carolina. And New Jersey. Alright, so we've got some fast ships as well. No, no. No! Right. Sort ourselves out. Right, where are those battleships? Big division. Your job, blowing them up. One down. I have to play this on ×2 or it's too juddery. battlecruiser? Yes, it is. A lot of guns on it. Oh no! A flat fire. Oh yes. Alright, next battlecruiser. Those things don't last very long, do they? Look at that. It's almost a solid wall of shot. Ooh, Pennsylvania. Taking a nasty hit. I have to say, surely it's sunk by now. Right. There is a battleship remaining. Look at that. This is real time, by the way. I think it's dead. Right. Yeah, all capital ships destroyed. Free to fire on everything else. I'll take a bunch of torpedo damage now. It's fine. They can usually take it. They're built tough. What does it look like from a distance? Apart from the yellow warnings. Bloody hell. I guess the plan here was a bold night attack. Charge in. All guns blazing. Fire as many torpedoes as possible. And just try and do some damage to us. Which, to be fair, they have done. A few of my ships have taken damage, particularly Pennsylvania here. Yeah, took a bunch of 14-inch hits. Ooh, bugger me. New York. Now, it did take one. Not that bad though. Caroline took one as well. They don't do that much. Not quite sure what size torpedo the Italians are fond of. But it doesn't seem to do all that much to an anti-torp 5. Oh, bloody hell. Tennessee taking a lot of damage as well. Yeah, it took 5 torpedoes. That's what I mean, like, took 5 torpedoes, still afloat somehow. Oh yeah, there's a couple of cruisers over there. That's what it is. Times 10. And that battle did not take very long. It's a matter of minutes for that Italian fleet to just be completely obliterated. Might let me end early. I'll let these cruisers get away. If it does, yeah. There we go. We lose nothing, although we did take a fair bit of damage on Tennessee and Pennsylvania there. But yeah, that's 3 more battleships, 3 battle cruisers, 6 heavies, some lights, and yeah, a lot of destroyers. Okay. Goodness me, they just keep coming. It's the next turn, to be fair. Yeah, this will probably be the last battle. This episode, I think. Right. What the? Fuck it. Why is the UI for this so incredibly... Well, I guess it's UX, technically, isn't it? But the way the cards jump around is so annoying. I hate it. I hate things that jump around. Like, I know some people love jumping around shit. Like on Windows, where if you drag a window around, it starts to do that automatic, oh, you want to set up your windows like this thing. I really don't like it. I'm like, no, it's not what I want you to do. Stop it, stop it. Just loathe the way the cards work sometimes. So easy to accidentally merge divisions you don't want. Yeah. Very irritating. Oh well, we'll just go in one big line. And that's their battleship down. And then we can just murder the rest. Down to one ship left, I think. Wasn't a particularly numerous fleet. Yeah, there we go. Just more scrap metal for the for Poseidon, I guess. There's some news though. Estonia has fallen. And Russia fails to gain control of Venezuela. I'm not sure how they thought they were ever going to manage that. We're about to take northern Russia as well. Probably like 3 or 4 turns to do that. That'll be good. That'll be the end of the Soviet Union. How's the invasion looking? 2 of 6, and we're at 100%. Damn. That's nice. Right. I was trying to get Tennessee and Pennsylvania. These 2 ships back for repairs. I'm just trying to cycle ships around. Louisiana is fixed. Back you go. Are there any other ships not currently active? Let's go by type. So they should either be... Oh, suspended. They shouldn't be suspended anymore. Resume. Wait, we already have Pennsylvania. Right? I'm not going mad. Because I just moved it. Maybe I am going mad. Because now I can't see it. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm tired. Jeez, and ill. I don't know what I'm looking at anymore. Right, anyway. These are the Wyomings. They're still building, although the first one is going to be ready very soon. Wyoming, South Carolina, South Dakota are all going to be ready in about 6 months' time. Then we're going to get Missouri, and then a little while later Virginia, New Mexico, and then Pennsylvania, Delaware, the last two. Right, but this is what I was actually checking. See. We've got 2 ships in Kiel, Nebraska and Nevada. They shouldn't be there. By the way, someone was asking what happened to the Florida. It's currently in New York as a naval museum. Right, get your bottoms over here. Not that I need the tonnage right now. It's more, I don't want any ships slacking. Massachusetts is under repairs. Illinois is repairing. These are the 14-inch battle cruisers, so they are supposed to be guarding things. And all of Europe, see, you are repairing. Okay, you're repairing in... Oh, that's what it could have been. They could have been doing this, repairing in a friendly port, and then teleporting. Which does happen sometimes. So yeah, all battleships are busy. Well, as we start producing those Wyomings, we really should get some even bigger, like mega battleships built. But if we can take Ancona, that is going to really put a dent. That is their most valuable province. Unless I'm reading that wrong. How's the army doing? 74, 37. Okay, so both progressing well enough, although pretty heavy losses. It's just what happens when you've got 100% army logistics. Yeah, definitely that. We'll try and take Ancona next episode. And then we'll blockade Italy. And we'll send the standards off to go and finish off Somaliland if we need to. And then we're ready for Italy to just crumble away to dust. I think that's probably my best bet. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you again soon for some more Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. Bye for now.